10-meter air pistols. Let's talk about them. I'm just like you guys. The weather's been bad here in SoCal. Haven't been able to get out and hunt. Haven't been able to get out and shoot my air rifles. So what have I been doing? I've been binge watching YouTube videos. Well, in my random search of airgun videos, I came across these 10-meter air pistol competitions. And that was new to me because we don't see that a lot here in the States, but it's huge worldwide. So I started watching these videos and I went down that rabbit hole of investigating 10-meter air pistols. Well, I caught the bug. So I went out, picked me up an Venturi V10. Now, before you guys blow me up in the comments, I know that this is a version of the Gammo Compact. Already know that. Gonna save you from blowing me up in the comments on that. But I set up a range here in the backyard. I did a video on making a pellet trap that I'm going to be using for shooting 10 meter. You're going to want to check that out. I'll leave a video description down below on that with a link. But this is my first deep dive down that rabbit hole of 10 meter air pistols, and I thought I would take you on that journey. So today we're going to be talking about the Venturi V10. I'm going to cut away. I'm going to do a quick specs rundown. We're going to show you up close this air pistol. Then I'm going to do some chroning testing. We're going to try a couple different grain variations, send them down range. I'm looking for consistency, not horsepower. We're not looking for maximum feet per second. I'm looking for the standard deviation on how tight that is going to be. And then I'm going to be doing a trigger pull test on this, and then we'll send some of those pellets down range on actual targets, and then as always we'll bring it right back here and we'll talk to you folks about it. Folks, it doesn't get any better than this. 10-meter air pistol shooting. The video starts now. We're going to test the trigger pull out. When I first received this air pistol, it had about a 2.5 pound trigger pull. Now there's an adjustment screw in the back. There's instructions on how to do that come with the air pistol. I lowered this down a little bit for some of the shooting in the backyard. We're going to test it out right now for you. I'm looking at about 1 pound. Let's try it again. Right at 1 pound. All right, 10 meter shooting down range. I'm shooting the 7 grain RWS Meisterkrugens. Gonna try one-handed here, so we'll see how it goes. What I like about these and the JSBs is the consistency in the pellet. I'll be practicing this summer out here, setting up my range. That was me there. I shot really low. But I keep it real here on the channel. I'm just learning. Excuse me. Excuse me, this weather's been a little crazy out here. Allergies. I've been watching a lot of 10-meter competitive shooting on the internet. There's a lot of great shooters coming from India, obviously from Europe, Asia. Been learning a lot by watching those folks. All right, let's grab the target. Not too bad. First one, always, right? Then just like archery, I always pull one. But pretty good group. I know I shot 8 rounds. It looks like one went there. There's 7. Maybe I got a duplicate hole. I don't know. I'll have to look at the replay on that. But just fun shooter. Let's try the RWS Exact Diabolos, the 8 grain, 8.44 grain to be exact. And let's see how those perform. All right, range is hot. Let's rock and roll. Both these pellets are just great shooting pellets. Just the consistency in the pellet. Now I just need to get my ability to be as consistent as the pellets. And that's only going to come with repetition, practice. And don't be afraid to go out there and do it. The only one you need to impress is yourself. You find something you love doing, just go out and do it and have fun. That's what the old cowboy saying is, heaven's not beyond the clouds, it's just beyond the fear. So many people are held back just by fear about what people are going to think or say. Don't worry about it. Just get out, do your thing. Heck, if I worried about that, I'd never have a YouTube channel. Been doing this 15 years, just slogging away at it. Still having fun though. what I like about this channel, about making videos, is just the people that I've met over the years. Just some remarkable folks. Pulled that one. Hard-working folks, just looking to make a living, looking to live their best life. And I met just a lot of interesting folks through the channel. Just been a blessing. All right, let's grab that target, then we'll bring it back, talk about it. All right, chips are in here. We got 5 in the black, 3 outside. I'm not going to make excuses. I need practice, but it is hard shooting knowing that possibly a ton of people could be watching this video. So, you know, you got to just block that out of your brain, especially like when I do the archery videos. But let's compare the two. The Meisterkugels and the RWS. Now, these were a dome pellet, and these were a flat target match pellet. Nice, clean holes with that. With the domed, I'm getting more of a tear. So for target, definitely I'm going to be using the Meisterkugels on there. Just a great, consistent pellet. Now I just got to get out and put thousands of pellets downrange just to get consistency. I get real excited about stuff that I have a passion for, and I really have a passion. I'm deep diving into this 10-meter air pistol shooting like crazy. I've been talking to my friends about it, and that seems to be all I've been able to do as of late. And the reason being is this. A lot of it has to do with time management. A lot of times if I want to shoot my air rifles, I have to go to a range, I have to go out in the woods, I have to go to a piece of open land. That requires time. This way I get off work, I'm able to grab my air pistol, I have my range out here in the backyards. Folks, 10 meters is only 32.8 feet. So if you have a basement, if you're allowed to shoot in your house where you have a good backstop, responsible safety, that's my public service announcement, I would say to jump into it. It's relatively cheap in regards to having something that is a match air pistol. The V10 just keeps surprising me every time I shoot it. When I got it, the trigger pull was about 2.5 pounds. That is acceptable for backyard plinking. If you're looking to punch paper and get groups, you gotta get that trigger pull down. And by turning the set screw in the back of the grip, I believe it's clockwise, you'll have to refer to the manual on that. I was able to dial it down to 1 pound. I feel comfortable with that right now. I may play around with it a little bit more as the summer progresses. As you can see, I need a little bit of work in tightening up these groups, and that will come just by repetition and by actually doing it. One of the reasons that I got into this over deep diving and getting a pre-charged pneumatic was cost, especially right now the way the economy is. I can take some of that money, turn it back into pellets, but you're getting a single pump pneumatic air gun with great sights, a 2-stage trigger that's adjustable, and the weight and feel is right there. You have a grip that I may do a little bit of profiling and sanding on just to dial it in for my hand. I have a medium size hand, and it seems like it's like borderline high medium to large hand, so I'm going to be playing around with that just a little bit. Let's talk about size and weight for a second. Size. The length is 12.5 inches long. It weighs 1.95 pounds. That's not bad, but if you're shooting 50, 60, 70 rounds, then you're going to have to do some conditioning, and that's going to come in time. Like any sport, you're going to have to condition yourself for that sport. If you want to be able to hold that pistol out there, I may have to work with some kettlebells, maybe do some push-ups And hey, that's not a bad thing. Let's talk about velocity for a second, because it's advertised at shooting 400 feet per second. Now, let's have a realistic conversation. If you're shooting a target match, I am not concerned with having ultra fast shooting pellets. I'm just not. I'm looking for consistency. And this air gun is very consistent. Shooting the Meistekuggens, I was getting, what, 367? And the standard deviation was really tight. And then shooting the Diabolos, the 8.44 grain, I was in the 320s. And that was even more consistent. So it's all about consistency when you're shooting 10 meters, especially if you're going to compete. Let's talk about the sights really quick. You have a fixed front post, and then you have a rear sight that has windage and elevation, and you can also tighten up the view of the front post from the rear sight. I thought that was really cool. Now, in doing research on this video, a lot of folks in the comments were blowing it up saying, I wish the front post had a white dot on it, or I wish it had fiber optics. It can't have that if it's going to be a competition air pistol. In the 10 meter air gun shooting federation, it states that it has to be blacked out sights. You cannot have any sort of aid on there. So if you're looking for something that has fiber optics and colored sights, then you might want to look somewhere else. A lot of folks are going to ask about cocking effort. Open the tab in the back, open it up all the way. That way that air piston gets a full air charge, and it has about 20 pounds of effort to close it, which is not bad at all. You guys want to know what I think about this air gun. Well, I've only run about 500 pellets through this, so I'm still in the break-in honeymoon phase, but right off the bat, I really like it. There's a few refinements that I'm going to do that I stated earlier. I'm going to profile the grip a little bit more to match my hand. I'll probably play around with the trigger after I send a few more rounds downrange with this. But overall, the build quality I found really good. Now, in doing the research on this video, one gripe a lot of folks had was that they said the barrel sometimes got loose. Now, I don't know what a lot of folks are doing, if they're overly hard with their equipment. I don't know. It may be a design flaw. We're going to find out. I'll be doing a long-term use video on this at a later date. But so far, the fit, the finish, the feel, it just looks very good, feels great, and it shoots outstanding. That's a quick look at my deep dive into the 10 meter air pistol genre. I can't wait to see what the summer is going to reveal for me. And like anything, you're only going to get out of it what you put into it. I'm looking forward to coming out here after work in an evening, on a weekend, on my day off, being able to send some pellets down range, and then I'll be doing a long-term use video for you guys. I want to thank you so much for watching. If you're not a subscriber, do me a solid, subscribe. And if you are a subscriber, share this video with like-minded friends. It really helps the channel right now when YouTube is burying this content, and I want to get this information out to as many people possible. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next video. Now get out and use your gear, folks.